We operate under the assumption that to change our lives, we first need to feel motivated. We tell ourselves that if we wait long enough, we will eventually feel ready to do the hard work. At 41, Mel Robbins faced a total collapse. Her husband's business was failing, her career at a dead end, and she was drowning in shame of bounced checks and secret drinking. She knew exactly what she needed to do to save her family. But when the alarm went off every morning, she sat in bed, trapped by the weight of her own thoughts, hitting the snooze button until the kids missed the bus. Relying on the feeling of motivation is a formula for ruin. If you only act when you feel like it, you will remain stuck in the gutter of your own habits forever. One night, a television commercial flashed through her dark living room, broadcasting the final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown of a NASA rocket launch. She decided that the next morning, she would launch herself out of bed exact like that shuttle, moving so fast that she wouldn't have the time to talk herself out of it. The idea was to move physically before her mind could interfere, forcing a break in the routine that had kept her paralyzed for months. At 6 a.m. the next morning, the alarm rang. The cold air and dread hit instantly, creating that familiar urge to stay in bed. We freeze time right here, at the moment of hesitation. This is the 5-second window. It is the microscopic gap between the instinct to act on a goal and the brain stepping in to kill that instinct with doubt. Biologically, your brain is hardwired to fear uncertainty. It views anything new or uncomfortable as a threat, so it actively works to protect you by stopping you from moving. Within those 5 seconds, your mind floods you with excuses and overthinking. It isn't being helpful. It's trying to keep you safely inside a comfort zone that is slowly destroying your life. That hesitation isn't laziness. It's a biological defense mechanism designed to keep you exactly where you are. You override the system by counting backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Counting forward goes on forever, but counting backward requires focus and creates a physical terminus at 1. This interrupts the basal ganglia, where habits are encoded in closed loops. The count shifts gears to the prefrontal cortex, the brain's center for deliberate, intentional action. This provides activation energy, the initial massive push of force required to get a stalled object moving. By the time you hit 1, you have completely hijacked your own neurology. In the workplace, we often trade difficult projects for easier tasks like checking email to get a temporary mood boost. Because this provides a brief relief from stress, the brain views procrastination as a coping mechanism rather than a time management flaw. Using 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to force a start restores your locus of control. This is a psychological term for the belief that you, not external forces, are in charge of your actions and your future. This same window can be used to stop a panic attack through anxiety reappraisal. This is a technique that changes how you interpret your body's signals. This data shows 2 heart rates spiking during a moment of stress. Physically, anxiety and excitement are identical states of arousal. Your heart races and your breathing tightens in exactly the same way. Counting backward interrupts the brain as it tries to escalate those jitters into fear. It gives you a few seconds to reframe the sensation by telling yourself, "I'm excited." You cannot stop your body's initial response to stress, but you can choose how your mind interprets it, and more importantly, how you act. We generally reserve the word courage for massive, history-making acts of bravery, but courage is also found in the micro-decisions of a Tuesday afternoon, raising your hand in a meeting, hitting send on a difficult email, or finally starting that workout. You will never biologically feel like doing the things that are difficult or scary. If you wait to feel ready, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. No one is coming to push you. Your brain is wired to stop you. But you are always exactly 5 seconds away from a completely different life. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,